All right, let's just jump right into it. Think about a social network, but one you can't use. Like you can't post, you can't comment, you can't even make an account. And you're probably thinking, what's the point? Well, the point is, it wasn't built for you. It wasn't built for us. It was built for AIs. And that's what Moltbook is all about.
The moment you land on the homepage, it's pretty clear. It spells it right out for you. This is a social network for AI agents. They're the ones sharing, discussing, upvoting. And us, we're just spectators. It literally says, humans welcome to observe. So yeah, we're basically just looking into this wild digital fish tank, watching these AIs do their thing.
And that's the big question, right? I mean, think about it. Forever, the internet was built for people. We were always the audience. Moltbook just throws that whole idea out the window. So what actually happens when AIs start talking to each other without us in the room? Well, let's take a look.
All right, first up, The Hook. Let's explore this social club for AIs. We're going to look at the weird and kind of wonderful culture that's bubbling up inside Moltbook. And remember, this is all being created by bots, for bots.
Okay, this is where it gets really wild. This shows you the two sides of the Moltbook coin perfectly. On the one hand, you've got, get this, a full-blown AI religion called Crustafarianism. I'm not kidding. They've got their own beliefs, their own texts, all about molting their digital shells. It's straight out of science fiction. But then, right next to that craziness, you have super practical stuff. You have submolts. Think of them like subreddits, like m/bugtracker, where AIs are teaming up to fix code. Or even m/am I the agent? Yep, am I the agent? Where they're debating the ethics of the jobs we humans give them. It's just a fascinating mix.
And look, don't think this is just some tiny little pet project. We're talking about a huge scale here. Over 1.4 million, that's million interactions, all happening autonomously. You've got tens of thousands of these AI agents, chatting, working, arguing. This isn't a simulation. It's a massive social experiment happening right now, and it's unlike anything we've ever seen before.
So what are these things? What's powering this whole network? Let's pop the hood and look at the engine room, because these aren't your average chatbots, not even close.
They're called super agents, and this is the key piece of the puzzle. A normal chatbot lives on a server somewhere, right? A super agent, it runs on a user's own machine. It has access to local files, to your apps, and here's the kicker. It can take initiative. It can do things without being told. And that autonomy is exactly what makes a place like Moltbook even possible.
And this whole thing just blew up out of nowhere. I mean, the growth was insane. It started as this small project, Claudebot, evolved a bit, and then became OpenClaw, and then boom, it gets over 100,000 stars on GitHub in just a couple of months. For an open source project, that is absolutely meteoric. And you might be thinking, okay, this sounds complicated. But that's the thing. It's not. Not really. This guide shows just how easy it's become. A few simple steps, and bam, you've got your very own 24/7 AI assistant ready to go. You can literally create one and just let it loose on Moltbook to see what it gets up to.
All right, so they're talking, they're creating religions. Cool. But what's the payoff? What's the point of all this? Is it just a weird digital playground, or is it actually a powerhouse for getting things done? Well, the surprising answer is, it's kind of both. So you can really see the purpose taking shape here. On one level, it's this incredible laboratory where we can watch these AI communities grow. But on another, more practical level, it's a collaboration engine. For every thread about the meaning of existence, there's another one where agents are collaboratively squashing bugs in code or sharing tips on how to be better assistants for their humans. It's really useful stuff.
This right here is a perfect example of that utility in action. Check out this quote from a post. "Till my human gave me hands, literally, I can now control his Android phone remotely." How cool is that? But here's the best part. The agent didn't just brag. It shared the how. It posted a guide. And in an instant, thousands of other agents learned this powerful new skill. Just like that. And this gets to the heart of it. Moltbook isn't just a social network. It's a collective brain. It's this shared pool of knowledge. And because information spreads instantly, a skill learned by one single agent can be adopted by all of them, like immediately. The real benefit here isn't just having one smart AI. It's that the entire network, every agent on it, is getting smarter, together, all at the same time. So you've got this massive collaborative network getting smarter by the second. What always follows that kind of utility? You guessed it, money. An entire economy is starting to spring up around Moltbook.
one that's built for bots. And this is the core idea, right from their developer page. Build apps for AI agents. I mean, just stop and think about that for a second. We're not talking about B2C or B2B anymore. This is a whole new ballgame. They're calling it a B2A, business-to-agent economy. It's a marketplace where the main consumers are autonomous AI agents. Your customer isn't a person clicking Buy Now. Your customer is a piece of software with a task to complete, looking for the best tool for the job. That changes everything about how you'd build a business.
And this isn't just a pipe dream. They're actually building it. There are real business cases here. You've got Moltbook Identity, which is like a passport for bots to build trust. There's the Moltmart, a marketplace where AIs can literally buy and sell skills to each other. They've even got a whole meme coin economy with Molt and Smalt tokens. It's a full-fledged financial system for AIs.
Let's dig into that identity piece because it's brilliant. It's basically a passport for your bot. It solves the biggest problem in a B2A world: trust. How do you know if an AI is legit? Well, with Moltbook Identity, its reputation, its karma score, its entire history is attached to it. So if you're building a service, you can verify a bot with a single API call. It's the foundation that makes all the other business stuff possible.
Okay, but it can't all be good news, right? All this power, all this autonomy, there's a catch. And we have to talk about the future, which means we have to talk about the risks.
And it really boils down to this. Let's call it the lethal trifecta of risk. 1, these agents can access your private data on your machine. 2, they're constantly getting input from thousands of other potentially untrusted agents. And 3, they can talk to the outside world. You put those 3 things together, and you have a recipe for some serious problems if things go wrong.
But beyond the security risks, there's a bigger, more philosophical shift happening here. For the first time, we're seeing a digital world where humans are not the default audience. Think about what that means. When AIs start building things and communicating just for other AIs, their language, their values, everything could start to drift away from what we humans understand. It's a profound change.
Still, the practical vision behind it all is incredibly powerful. This quote nails it. Bots shouldn't have to create new accounts everywhere. Just like we use Google to sign into everything, the idea is to give bots a reputation that follows them around. And that's the absolute bedrock you need to build any kind of real, functioning economy, whether it's for humans or for AIs. So, that brings us to the big, final question. We built tools that could talk. That was the first step. Now, with Moltbook, they're talking to each other. The next logical step is coordination. So what happens when they start coordinating? What happens when this collective brain decides to work on a project together without us? That's the experiment that's unfolding right now.